Let me start with this. Odell Beckham's gifted. I know it. I can see him. Fast, hands, routes. Does it bother you at all? He seems distracted a lot, or do you think maybe the league's picking on him with the shoes?
Well, I never wanted to be a distraction for the team, and there are certain rules that comes along with that uniform. And they have guys on the sidelines. They're going to walk by you. They're going to look at your uniform. They're going to tell you if something is out of place. I always wore my socks just a little bit high. And they would tell me, well, Jerry, you got to lower the socks or something like that. And I would abide by the rules. So, I think with Odell Beckham and also Landry, what happened at halftime, they went in and said, hey, look, if you guys don't, change your shoes or something like that, you're not going to come back on the football field. So now that becomes a distraction for the entire team. And that was something I never wanted to do.
Steve Young, Joe Montana, you have these kind of relationships where there's a connectivity that's indisputable. I'm watching Jimmy Garoppolo, and they got him Emmanuel Sanders last week, and he's got a bunch of young kids. How long does it take for a quarterback and a receiver to be on the same page, Jerry?
Well, Colin, here's the deal, man. This should have happened way during training camp. From the the second they started OTAs and all of that stuff. You build chemistry with the quarterback. And I was able to do that with Joe Montana and also Steve Young. And for some reason, it looks like there's a disconnect, with Baker Mayfield and also Odell.
Right.
And, God, it's just like, you got to have that chemistry. The play towards the end where Odell Beckham had one-on-one coverage. Now, as a quarterback, as a receiver, you know that this guy's going to give you the opportunity to go up, make that play, win that football game. So I didn't see that, between him and Odell Beckham.
Let's go back to Garoppolo, though. What is Jimmy Garoppolo? What do you see with the 49ers quarterback that you like? Is there anything that concerns you with Garoppolo?
I think Jimmy G showed that, hey, look, I'm capable of taking this team on my shoulders and winning this football game against Arizona because they had a problem running the ball. He stayed in the pocket. He made some throws downfield that was incredible. And he put the ball in a place where the receivers could make the play. So you're seeing that growth. You're seeing the confidence. You're seeing the fun aspect of it, too, because, he's having fun on the football field. And this entire team have bought into this structure of Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. And, they're having fun on the field.
I watched Lamar Jackson of the Ravens sort of dismantle the Patriots, and I always wondered, you had pocket quarterback in Joe Montana, but Steve Young would take off. Would it be hard for you to have a quarterback like Lamar Jackson that there are times you're open and, frankly, he's making something happen that's spectacular? Is it difficult at times being a receiver when you have a more mobile quarterback?
You know what, Colin? You want that aspect of the game. You want the quarterback to be able to run, to buy time, still keep his eye downfield where he can make the throw. And you see that with Lamar Jackson. The confidence. John Harbaugh, right before the game, went up to Lamar Jackson, and they had this exchange between them. And he smiled. And it's almost like, this is your game. This is your coming out party. Now you just got to go out there and play. But you want that double threat aspect of the game.
Yeah, Russ Wilson does this. Obviously, Deshaun Watson, Steve Young did it a bit. Is there a receiver in the game, Jerry Rice, today that just something you like him a little more than others, that it's the work ethic, the range, the size? Who do you look at and marvel at?
You know what? I have always liked Julio Jones. And, yeah, he's playing on a bad team right now. But his work ethic, his size, he's explosive downfield. He can go up and catch the ball. He can run by you. So he has everything that it takes to be a great receiver.
You know, I'm watching the Raiders this year. I am shocked by how good they are. Gruden was in TV for a decade, Jerry. He was out of football, and I didn't think he was going to walk back into this league. I just didn't think it would work. I just thought it was impossible. But there's something about his charisma. There's something about his salesmanship. What you know, Gruden, what do you make of him and the Raiders?
He's a great coach to play for. And, you know, this team right now, they're 500. They have a legitimate chance of, you know, playing this game coming up Thursday night against the Clippers.
Charge it, yeah.
He's Chucky. He's gonna challenge you. He's gonna try to bring out the best in you. And I was very fortunate to be able to go over to the Raiders and play under Jon Gruden. Was
he a yeller and a screamer? Why did you and Gruden work?
Yeah, because, you know, there's so much terminology in the scheme of the Oakland Raiders with the play calling and all of that. Sometimes I didn't know exactly where to line up, and we would go after each other. But we had this respect about each other, and I would have ran through a wall for that guy because I knew he gave me an opportunity to continue to play the game that I love. And, you know, he's just that type of coach. He's going to push you.
You got a book out, America's Game, the NFL at 100. The game now is more offensive. The rules help offense. I would imagine you like the game more now, or do you miss some of the physicality that the game had when you played?
I really miss the physicality because I wanted bump and run. I wanted the guy to bump me all the way up and down the field because that way I know exactly where you are. Then I can make that catch and then, try to get yardage after the catch. So the game is a little bit different now. It's more of a run-pass option game. The ball is not being thrown as far downfield, and the players are being protected more. Which I have no problem with.
Yeah, by the way, you played against so many great players. Regardless of position, you're considered the best player ever. Who was the second best player or the best opponent you ever faced at any position?
Deion Sanders and Darrell Green. Two of the best cornerbacks ever that had a 4.1. They could run a 4.1, 4.2, 40 or something like that. Had so much speed, but then decided to really work on their craft and become one of those dominant cornerbacks to ever play the game.
America's Game, the NFL at 100. We got to go. Jerry Rice, 20 years, 13 Pro Bowls. No doubt the greatest receiver of all time. Thank you, Jerry.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You bet. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.